Hi everyone! Today we are carrying on with looking at units of time. The last couple of days we've been converting between analog and digital, and today we're going to be looking at converting units of time, so we're going to be converting between seconds, minutes and hours. Okay, so we're going to start off with this activity where we're looking at how many minutes are in an hour and vice versa. So we've got how many seconds in a minute. We've got 2 hours is the same as how many minutes. 30 minutes equals an hour. So think about that. You might want to use a word for that one. And then down here, we've got digital time converted into analog worded to just catch up and remind ourselves of what we've been looking at for the past couple of days. Okay, so have a little go at this activity. So pause the video and see if you can fill in those gaps. Okay, so how many seconds are in a minute? We've got 60 seconds in a minute, and then 2 hours. So if we know that 1 hour is 60 minutes, all we need to do there is multiply 60 by 2. So we're doubling 60, so we've got 120. And then 30 minutes, if we imagine a clock, 30 minutes is halfway around that clock. So 30 minutes is the same as half an hour. Okay, and then this digital time here is 8:20, and it's got a 0 in the front, so we know that it's in the morning, whereas if it was in the evening it would be 20:20. So that is the same as 8, and it's 20 past 8. Okay, that is the time in analog form. So hopefully you got those ones. Okay, so when we are converting between seconds and minutes and hours and days, we can use this conversion table to help us with our calculation. Okay, we might need to be multiplying by these numbers or dividing if we are going the other way. Okay, so if we're converting seconds into minutes, because there are 60 seconds in a minute, we would need to divide by 60. Okay. And then if we were converting minutes into seconds, we would multiply by 60. So for example, if we were looking at 3 minutes, okay, and we wanted to know what 3 minutes was in seconds, we would have to do 3 multiplied by 60. Okay, so we can do 3 times 6, which is 18, and then adding on our placeholder. So 3 minutes is the same as 180 seconds. Okay, so we could do it that way around. If we were trying to find out how many minutes were in 180 seconds, we would change it around and say 180 divided by 60 equals 3, and we would know that it was 3 minutes. Sometimes you might have a combination of minutes and seconds, and you might be asked to convert that into one or another unit of time. Okay, so if we've got here 2 minutes and 60 seconds, we're going to need to do a combination of multiplying or dividing and also adding. Okay, so we've got 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So if I wanted to know what this was in seconds, I'm going to put equals seconds. Okay, we can break it up. So first of all, we need to know how many seconds 2 minutes is, and then we've also got to add on the 20 seconds. So I'd like you to have a little go at calculating how many seconds is in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So pause the video here to calculate it. Okay, so if we know that there are 60 seconds in 1 minute and we need to find out 2 minutes, we would need to do 2 multiplied by 60 equals 120. So that is 120 seconds in 2 minutes. Okay. And then we've also got to add on the extra 20. So then we would do 120 add 20 equals 140. So we can then know that 2 minutes and 20 seconds is 140 seconds. We're also going to be looking at minutes between times. So if you've been given a start time and an end time, we need to know how to calculate the number of minutes to the next time, or the number of hours, and so on. Okay, so here we've got a start time of 9:30. Okay, say for example a test in school starts at 9:30 and it finishes at 10:45. So you need to know how many minutes you have to complete that test. Okay, so there are many different ways we can do it. And you can either use a clock. So in your PowerPoint, there will be an interactive clock that you can use to help you. Or you can do it in stages. So if we've got 9:30, we can have 9:30 on a timeline, okay? We can have 10:45 over here at the end. And you're going to do it in jumps. So if we want to know, first of all, how many minutes it is until the next hour, so we can have a jump to 10 o'clock. So we're going to do 10 o'clock here. So between 9:30 and 10 o'clock, how many minutes is that jump? If we imagine using a clock, or if you would like to use the clock to help you, if it starts at 9:30, the minute hand is going to be down on the 6. So then at the next hour, when it's 10 o'clock, that minute hand will have gone around half of the clock. So that would be 30 minutes. So we've got 30 minutes there. Mins is the short way of writing minutes. So that's the first jump. And then we've got another jump from 10 to 10:45, okay? And how many minutes have we got there? Well, that's 45 minutes past 10, so that's another 45 minutes. So we can then add those together. So we've got 30 add 45 equals 75 minutes. Now I'd like you to pause the video here to have a think about whether we can convert 75 minutes into hours and minutes. Think about how many minutes there are in an hour. So how many hours and minutes is 75 minutes? Okay, so if I know that there are 60 minutes in 1 hour, we can do 75 take away 60 equals 15. Okay, so we are left, if we take away 16, which is an hour, we are left with 15. So 75 minutes is 1 hour, HR is the short way of writing hour, and 15 minutes. Okay, so now you're going to have a go at answering the questions on the PowerPoint. And there are some reasoning questions on there as well. You need to think about how many you need to convert to. With minutes and seconds and hours, okay, there are 60. There's 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour. Okay, so knowing your 6 times tables would be really useful here. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking at today, seconds, minutes, and hours. So choose the correct PowerPoint and then mark your work afterwards using the answers PowerPoint. If you would like a little bit more support, then please watch the next video. Good luck.